Hey troops, what's going on? What's going on? As you can tell, we're live at the moment. I've got my lights down a little bit so the camera quality isn't as good as it normally is, guys. But yeah, it's quite late at night in the UK. It's just past 10:30, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a live update. I've seen this done on YouTube by one of my favorite YouTubers. So I was tuning into his channel. I thought, it's a good idea. I want to give my opinion on a few of these things, and I want to get myself up to speed with the horrible crisis that's going on over the Ukraine at the moment. So if you guys can do me a favor before we get started, if every single one of you guys before we start can smash that like button, yeah, it really, really, really helps, and it costs nothing, and I'd really appreciate that, guys. There's probably going to be a lot of people in the chat, so I apologize sincerely if I can't comment or read everyone's comments. I promise that if there's a question that stands out, I'll try and answer that question, guys. But if you do have anything more to say after the stream, then please just drop me a message on Instagram. All the links are in the description, and I will get back to you if it's related to this crisis. I'll try my best. So, points to note then. Please like the video. That's the first thing. Smash the like. If you want to share the video before we get into this, please share it as well. That really helps the channel, and it just creates a good community as well when we're actually talking here. The more the merrier. And if you haven't subscribed yet, check your subscription status and subscribe to the channel. Those are the three things that that I really would appreciate you getting done before we start, so I don't have to keep on talking about it. And then that's that. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for stopping by tonight. It is a little late in the UK, but I did want to do this live UA map. What's it called? I don't want to call it a reaction. I want to call it I want to get up to speed on the situation over there, because sometimes I'll talk on reaction videos, and I do genuinely speak with very little knowledge on the subject. I'm not an expert in history and war and all of that type stuff. Yes, I was in the Marines, but it doesn't make me an expert, guys, okay? So this, I think, is a good way to get up to speed live with you guys. We can all chill out, hang out, get a cup of coffee on the go if you want, and yeah, let's just get the questions going around, guys, okay? And we'll get into that in a few moments. So stick around. That's all I'm asking, guys. But first, so I guess the easy way to do this is to respect the fact that the super chats are coming in now, so I'm going to respect those questions first. I think it's only fair. So the first one from Victor Garul. I hope I've pronounced your name correctly, brother. Have a pint on me, bro. Well, thank you very much for that, Victor. I really do appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, guys. I can't thank you enough, and I will have a pint on you. Trust me. Thank you, dude. Carl Graneth, check out Atlas News 3 on Insta. Got all the info vid. I'll definitely do that, and I aim to keep on doing this. If there's enough traction from the viewership of this type of stuff, then I'll definitely I'll incorporate ideas and stuff from the channel subscribers and members and all of that stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely do that, buddy. Thank you very much. I'll do that on the next one, hopefully. Thanks, guys, if you've just stopped by, and thank you for smashing the like button as well. And we've got another, player one. Wow, player one, $49.99 US. We haven't even started the stream yet. I haven't even started what I'm meant to do yet on the other screen. I'm not going to be talking to this page. I'm going to be talking in a different format, and you'll see that in the next few moments, okay? But thank you very much, player one. Player one is a very, very generous individual. Thanks. That's all I can say, guys. I'm gratefully humbled by you. Thank you. And we've got NW Smolly Slammer. Do you feel that NATO should be providing on-the-ground support for Ukraine? That's a really good question, and actually really pertinent to what's going on over there. Now, here's the obvious answer. Now, NATO, it's not a matter of should they provide support on the ground for Ukraine. Ukraine isn't part of NATO, so NATO helps NATO out. all right, or NATO helps countries out if NATO's a threat. And you could argue that, well, maybe it's not yet. That might sound a bit harsh, but, you know, NATO helps NATO. That's what it's there for. But is the rest of the countries adjacent to Ukraine, you know, you've got Poland, Moldova, and all these other areas that might be affected, almost like a spill-off of the invasion, so to speak. Now, is these areas going to be affected? Are border and NATO countries going to be affected? If we can answer yes to that, if that does actually happen, then NATO will get involved. It's not a matter of should. It'll happen, okay? Now, let's just put that to one side for a second. That's how it should happen. Should NATO get involved in this situation right now? I think from a moral standpoint, whether you're part of the club or not, I think if most of the area is part of the club and that club is there really to provide support, aid, help militarily to countries that need it, then I guess the answer would be yes. From that standpoint, that's just a moral standpoint. But one thing that we need to understand, in war, there's very little morality that takes place. Okay, very little morality takes place in war. We might think that certain sides have more of a higher moral standpoint than us, but war is war. War is terrible. There's nothing good about it. So it's one of those things, isn't it? On a personal note, that being said, I would like to see some kind of intervention, but boots on the ground only escalates the situation further, doesn't it? So yeah, a mixture of things there. Thank you for your super chat, guys. If I miss any of the super chat donations with questions on, please remind me, and apologies in advance. We've got MR Image 1987 says, keep it up, US $5. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you, my friend. And welcome everyone else who's just joined the channel. Even if you haven't super chat, that's fine. It's not about that. I respect everyone for being here in the first place, guys. Okay, Robert Dodd with the US $2. Love your content, brother. Keep it up. Well, thank you, my friend, and I appreciate every one of you guys being here. We're going to be here a while, I think. So, and as you'll see, I'm going to go on to a different page soon, and then you'll see what we're going to be actually reacting to. So we're just getting started, okay, guys. Right, what else have we got here? Robert Dodd, thank you, my friend. Carl Graneth, thank you for the 20 sec. Join Swedish Home Guard because only 17 soon. Para. Well, firstly, thanks in advance for your service. The Swedish Home Guard are a fantastic force. I've done a lot of research on Sweden, and I like you guys. Okay, the Royal Marines have worked with the equivalent soldiers over there, and yeah, we're brothers. Okay, simple as that. So yeah, good on you, and thanks in advance for your service, buddy, and make it happen. Parachute Regiment are a fantastic regiment, no matter what country you pertain to. So thank you, guys. Right, 350 concurrent viewers at the moment, 176 likes. Troops, wow, what a start. Okay, I haven't even been on 5-10 minutes yet, I don't think. In fact, how long have we been on here? How long? Literally, yeah, 8 minutes. So guys, loads of questions underway. Ask each other questions among yourselves as well. So without further ado, let's get into boom. Right, okay, so my head might be in the way a number of times, but I'll just do this if it does get in the way. But just remind me, guys, if it does get in the way, okay? Let me turn this down a little bit. And let me get back onto here. Wow, Victor Garul again with $19.99 US. Pint for the wife and a juice box for the little one. What does the news say, what the Russians people are saying about the invasion? To be honest with you, I haven't watched much of the news, hence why I'm going to be doing this. I've seen a fantastic YouTuber, and he can comment as well as the Estonian guy. He was doing this, and I thought I would want to do this to share not only my comments on it, my perspective, but to get myself up to date on the situation, because quite frankly, guys, it's negligent at the moment. I haven't really got that much of an understanding, and I like to get alternate viewpoints on things. There's no point just trying to get all your information from one source. All right, that's bad research skills. Okay, it's not good. You have to go get your information from loads of different sites. It's as simple as that, guys. Okay. But yeah, troops, if we could get to 300 likes, we've got over 400 concurrent viewers. I'd really appreciate that, guys. But this here is liveuamap.com. Really, really good from what I've seen. I'm going to refresh it, actually. Really, really good from what I've seen. Have we got anything else? Wow, yeah, 14 minutes ago. Okay, so what's this? If the pronunciation's bad as well, guys, I apologize. Toka U-Buster landed in Amrosvika today. What's this? What is this? Right, so where is that? That is, okay, so the southish east region of the Ukraine. So what is this? How do we actually... I don't think we can actually play that, can we? Oh, we can. Toka U-Buster landed in that area. I'm not going to pronounce the... Wow. Dude, this is... Right, there's a video, so we've got a few photos here. I wish I could understand that. If anyone in the chat can actually speak that language or understand it, I'd appreciate if you could actually comment and let me know what that says. Video here, I think.
Раз лупануло, потом свист. Второй раз, со вторым разом окна на меня, туда на кровать. Потом еще, дым, вонь. И все затихло.
Okay, so this is the fallout of some form of attack. Guys, I can't believe... It begs belief that this is even happening, that I'm even commenting on this. This is happening in real time, this stuff's happening right now. It's not like we're reacting to things like we normally do on the channel from, Afghanistan 10, 12 years ago. This is happening right now in a country not too far away from places that I've been, people that I've seen, spoke to, currencies that I've spent, memories that I've got. It's crazy when you really, really put your brain and your mind to it. In fact, have we got anyone in the chat who lives in this region or lives near this region? Hey, Dan, with the $199 thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And that's a good profile picture, dude. Ukrainian government needed a second amendment, no? Well, that's to be... I'll let you guys talk about that, actually. What do you guys think? Hey, we got Storm Hunter, thank you. On the morning of 26, Toki, you arrived. Hey, Storm, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Storm. Really, really nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see if we can get 300 likes. All right, so what else have we got on that? Oh, that's a bit of a funny picture on there. Right, let's get back to this map. Right, so that's there. So we're still in the east region. If I just click on these things, all right, it tells us live. So an oil depot in Rovenki region caught fire. Right, this is the thing. They're hitting all of the infrastructure. Militarily, that's what's going to happen straight away. We're thinking that we're going to see land troops, boots on the ground immediately, like, hell for leather. But what's going to happen is you're going to get aerial capabilities, taking out infrastructure, landmarks, pertinent points, all right, to suffocate the region. And that's what we're seeing right now, guys, okay? NW Smalley Slammer with another donation, US 19. Thank you for the $4.99, brother. He says, US Army infantrymen here, and knowing how bad they need help, but knowing that the US involvement on the ground would cause more problems is difficult. That's interesting, Smalley. Now, why do you think that? Why do you think it would cause more problems? I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not agreeing with you. But why do you think more problems would be caused as a result of that? That's an interesting... it's an interesting comment, that, buddy. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, that's interesting, actually. What would happen if the United States intervened? I guess that would cause I mean, would that cause local national problems in America if that was the way it went? I mean, we know that the range capability from Russia, from the eastern side of Russia, they're capable of getting pretty close to America now with their air capability, their missile capability. So is there a direct threat? I don't think it would go that far, or would it? If the boots on the ground, some of them were American. I don't know. Hey, Chilo Wingler, welcome to Gent Dit Members Club. Thank you, my friend, and welcome to the club. You get your nice, a nice logo on there, and yeah, welcome to the club, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. If you want to become a member, actually, guys, the link is just above us. So I really appreciate that. We've got Paul Bucko 2, going to get really ugly in the next few days, bro. And thank you for the $5. Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing, actually. I've been thinking, you know something, in the next few days, I know we've already reached a turning point, i.e., the turning point was when I was doing reaction videos on is Russia going to invade? Now we're doing reaction videos on Russia has invaded. So that is the turning point. Let's make no mistakes about it, okay? The turning point has already happened, but is it going to escalate further from that? And what I mean is people might be thinking, well, what do you mean, is it going to escalate further? It's already escalated. They're already in the country invading. Well, things can get tricky in war. Things can get even more nastier pretty quick. And I've been thinking about how this is going to pan out in the next few days. And yeah, I think the next few days are going to be pivotal in the actual war. I think it's going to be pivotal on how this invasion is going to look in the next few days. I can only hope that it doesn't go the way I think it's going to go. At the end of the day, they've invaded. Ice JJ Fish, thank you, brother, for the $15 US. I really appreciate that, buddy. As an American or human in general, this is inexcusable. Please tell me any rational reason that this invasion is justified. So, that's a really good question, guys, and feel free to answer Ice JJ Fish yourself if you wish. I'll try and answer that as best as I can. Again, I'm not an expert on this, so I'll just look at it for face value. You've got a few ways to look at this. You can look at the information that you get. You can look at it with the information that you don't get and you search for. And that's the area, that's the grey area where sometimes you get bits of information that is really useful, turns out to be handy, and then you get other information which is conspiracy based, okay, which sounds like it's gonna, it might fit your narrative a little bit, so you might sway towards that, and that's how conspiracy theories and things start spreading. So we've got to be careful with information, okay, but the information that we've got off the, I'm not going to say the mainstream, but the general information that we've got is it's not rational, all right, and that it is wrong, and that even the Russians themselves are against this invasion. Okay, so that's the narrative, isn't it? But there'll obviously be behind the scenes stuff, and like I say, the borderline conspiracy things that some of them might have a little bit of a little element of truth, and some may not, but I can't give you a rational reason because, you know, invading a country, in my personal opinion, it can never be rational. There might be reasons behind it, but is it rational? I don't think so, guys. We've got 362 likes in the chat at the moment. If we can get that to 400, guys, I'd be really happy with that. But great question, Ice JJ. Thank you, buddy. Again, if I miss any of the super chats, guys, please let me know. Because I don't want to miss any. Okay, guys. Right, we've got a few come through here actually. Thank you, Ice JJ. We've got Carl Granith again with the 20 sec. Thank you, buddy. Finland is next up. They not join NATO. Same for Sweden. So what do you think about Finland and Sweden? Is that like wow? If Finland is next and Sweden was next, then that genuinely is World War III, isn't it? Because NATO would NATO be more inclined to get involved with that? I don't know, guys. I think this is where it gets really tricky, really quick. I think if Finland and Sweden get any problems in this area, especially with their close ties to America and Britain and Germany, France, I think we're going to be in for a nasty ride. And I don't want to sound downbeat, but we just have to speak the truth. Thank you for your donation. Isaiah Robotham, welcome to Gendit Members Club. Thank you, buddy, and that's a pretty cool profile picture as well. Welcome to the club, my friend, and thanks for becoming a member. I appreciate that, dude. Right, what else have we got here in the super chat, and then we'll get back to this map in a little bit. Hikaru Shindu, thank you for the $9.99 US dollars, brother. You haven't got a question, but I appreciate your super chat anyway, dude. I really appreciate that. What else have we got? I think I've missed some here. Oh yeah, we've missed a couple here. It's a Hawks. Good, cool name. So Mr. Hook says, as US Navy spent time boots on the ground. I think this is Putin's first time going up against American jabs and British law variants. He overly underestimates some of Ukraine's capabilities. I think so as well. But Ukraine's capabilities have been aided by certain elements of the West. Okay, so I agree in terms of the spirit of the Ukraine. I think he underestimates that greatly. I think the Ukrainians are a tough people in general, but in terms of weaponry and support and all of that, that will be going on. I do believe, yeah, that he is underestimating Ukraine's capabilities, but we need to look at Ukraine's capabilities solely on their own at the moment, because at the end of the day, they haven't got legitimate support, or at least it's not seen that they've got support at the moment. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Until or if NATO gets involved, I should say. So yeah, good question. That really good question. Thanks for your donation, buddy. Spots 1982. I think that's your the first time I've spoke to you. Thank you for the $10. Didn't America invade a Middle East country about 20 years ago on false pretenses and install a government of their choosing? So there's a question mark on that. If you guys want to answer that question, so yeah. I mean, again, if you're referring to Iraq, and you're referring to Afghanistan, I mean, again, the information that you'll have the mainstream, the general kind of information, and yeah, at the time we didn't realize that, or at least the general public didn't realize that it was on false pretenses, but it did come to light, didn't it, that the reasons that they actually went in were not legitimate, so to speak. So it's one of those things, but does two wrongs make a right? That's what I'll say. Yeah, I mean, choose your sides wisely is what I would say on that one. But that's a good question, 1982. Thank you. Joyce Vienne La France. Thank you with the CA. I don't know what that is, but $6.99. Thank you very much for that. And your question is a new world war worth it to buy another 70 years of relative peace? That's a really good question. That's actually silenced me, that. Hang on, let me gather I'm going to do an Elon Musk here and try and think about this one. Give me some time. Is a new world war worth it to buy another 70 years of relative peace? No. My answer is no. I don't think a new world war is worth it to buy another 70 years of relative peace, because peace shouldn't be something that we have to buy through war. Peace shouldn't be the destination via the journey of war. Peace should be the journey. Do you see where I'm going with that? It shouldn't be the destination, it should be the journey. I think that's something that needs to change. Not necessarily the mindset of the people. I think the people's mindset is all for peace, mostly. but I think some of our leaders need to do an ayahuasca ceremony, or 10 of them. If every, I heard this somewhere, if every world leader was forced to do an ayahuasca ceremony, we would have a very peaceful world indeed. That's a great question. Thank you for that. If anyone else wants to answer that question below, feel free, guys. Thank you for your donation too. Right, have we got any? If I'm missing some of the questions out, guys, then I do apologize. I think I've missed one or two more. Then we're going to get back onto this, guys, onto the map, because there's some good stuff on here. Chris Belliston, thank you for the $5, my friend. Will you put it back on if it comes down to it? Will you put it back on? I'm guessing you're asking about my beret or uniform. If it comes down to it and I have to, then yes. Would I morally want to? No. I didn't join the military to morally go to war. In my eyes, most of my friends group, all of my friends group who joined the military joined for other reasons. But when you go through the training process, you sharp realize that war is something that is not worth it, and it's last on the agenda in your military career. You just want to have fun, okay, and experience a lot of things. You do want to do your job, granted, but yeah, you should never wish for things. So I hope that peace comes our way first before I have to do anything like that, you know. But thank you, good question, dude. And Donald Ranta, welcome to Gendit Members Club, buddy. Thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you soon in the chat, because I really do appreciate every single one of you guys being here. And wow, I didn't even look at the numbers. We got 739 viewers live and 520 likes. Troops, thank you very much for being here. We are going to be getting into this. We're going to be here for a while, so stick around, get a coffee, smash that like button. It's the easiest thing for you guys to do, and it helps the channel out as well. And if you guys like this new form of video, then I'll aim to make this better. Instead of just seeing me in, you know, the bottom corner of the screen in a box, I'll aim to make the production a lot better, so to speak, because I've wanted to do something like this for a long time. So if my opinion counts for anything, then I hope you guys can appreciate it. It's as simple as that. So I'm here not to change the narrative or anything like that. I'm just here to see what the narrative is and throw an opinion on it. It's as simple as that, guys. But every single one of you guys, I'm looking in the chat now. I've got some regulars here, a lot of regulars actually. We've got Joe B. We've got loads of people in the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Very welcome here. I think we can get 1,000 concurrent viewers actually if the likes get smashed. So anyway, back to this actual screen here. So what we going on? Oil depot in Ravenki caught fire. Caught fire, or it's been set on fire. Let's have a watch on Twitter. Wow. That looks like hell on earth. If anyone can translate what that says as well, I'd appreciate that, guys. When oil depots catch on fire, it's a bad day. Yeah. That is hell on earth. Right, okay, so we've got an oil depot. It hasn't said how it's caught on fire. That's something that we need to really consider here when we're taking on this information, is how is this actually happening, guys? Okay, is this happening via the acts of the invasion, or is this happening indirectly as a result? Is this the Russians, or is it rebel groups? I don't know. Maybe you guys can inform me a little bit more about that. But either way, it's not good. That was only 4 hours ago as well. But the thing is, when you're taking out infrastructure as such, oil depots. All right, you need oil depots to run your military, to fuel your military, to fuel transport, to fuel logistics, to get food to and from the front lines. So oil depots, it might seem like, oh, well, it's just one oil depot. That will have major consequences on the infrastructure, guys. Okay, and it'll affect and suffocate the military within that region. Okay, be rest assured. Unless they've got stock reserves anywhere else, that's pretty big. And let's face it, that's not getting fixed anytime soon. Okay, that's not getting fixed anytime soon. What we got in the chat here? Hey, Eric Wright, thank you for the $4.99. Your question is, USA Army retired sergeant. I think it's a lose-lose for NATO/USA if we enter World War III. If we don't, it will snowball. China will see no cost invading Taiwan. Question mark at the end. Yeah, China-Taiwan's a bit of a grey area as well at the moment, and it's not getting spoken about as much as I thought it would. I've noticed. This, I mean, again, if we want to think about how a World War III would start, we maybe should stop focusing too much. I know it's hard because it's happening live. Ukraine's happening. We're looking at other regions in and around Ukraine to see if they'll actually spill that invasion over into those countries, into those NATO countries, which will obviously trigger potentially World War III. But if we're looking at China and Taiwan, that's obviously another area for concern, because that would be two massive invasions, which would involve many different counterparts around the world, and it would be a bloody mess. It would be an absolute bloody mess, and I mean that as well. So we need to be careful about that one, I think, and we need to not forget that that's actually a problem. Tensions are rising in that region, and it is a problem. All right, and that's actually a good one to look at. I might actually start tomorrow. We'll do a live update on that region, I think. I think that's a good one. But thanks for your question, and thank you for your service, Eric Wright. I appreciate you, buddy. Retired sergeant from the USA. Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm just scrolling through a few more of these questions, troops. Apologies. Eric Wright, thank you for your service, brother. Vital, apologies for pronunciation of your name. Vitalik Nazaruk, $4.99. Thank you, UK, for support of Ukrainian army. First of all, thank you for your donation, brother, and I appreciate your comment. Yeah, you know, the UK is. Hopefully, the UK can do the right thing. Obviously, I'm from the UK, and I hope we can do the right thing, whatever the right thing is, guys. I'm not entirely sure at this moment, but thank you, brother, for your kind donation. Hey, we've got Mark Bauer in the chat. Mark B. Actually, did you get my comment the other day, Mark, on the channel? Did you? I'm sure it was you. If it was you, type yes or no. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was you. Get me, Instagram me, okay? Because if it was you, I've got a proposition for you, because if it was you, you've got fantastic writing skills and your knowledge is through the roof. So I want to speak to you about something, if you'd be interested. But thank you for the $20. Your question is, I know not with weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Albert Einstein, yeah, hey, very true, very true. I think even more primitive than that. I don't think there'll be a World War IV, because it could be so problematic for the world. We don't even need to go there with the thoughts of that. It's utterly depressing. Player 1A, welcome to Gendered Members Club. It's about time that you become a member, buddy. Welcome to the club, my friend. And I look forward to speaking to you in the chat. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. And wow, that's really bad. We've got 666 likes, or whoever that 667th like was, I appreciate you, buddy. We can't have that horrible number on there, but troops, if you can smash the like button. Let's see. Hey, I only thought we'd get about 20 likes. We've got 674, 691. Let's just see if we can get 1,000 likes. What the hell? It might be the most likes we've ever had on a video. Let's just see how far this video can go. Let's just see how far it can go, guys. You know, I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Over 800 viewers in the chat. Before we get back to this, I just want to say a special thanks to each and every one of you for dropping by the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button. Drop me a comment. Follow me on Instagram, Dit Commando on Instagram. Slightly off topic, but I'll not go off topic for too long. But whilst you're all here, I am trying to pursue a YouTube boxing career. I've got a bit of traction on that. We might be fighting in August. So look forward to that. Jake Paul, eat your heart out. I'm coming for you, buddy. No pun intended. No pun intended, because I don't like you that much. Randy Adams 03. That's one hell of a name, man. Welcome to Gendit Members Club, brother. I appreciate you supporting the channel. I appreciate you wanting to click that button and become a member. It really does help me out. And thank you guys. This is what I do full time for a living. So you're literally helping me put bread on the table. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Papa Doc with a 50 knock. I'm not sure what that currency is, my friend, but thank you anyway. Your question says, Subgen Dit, if a war was to break out across Europe, is it the same in the UK as it is in Norway? Would you be called back in to serve as I would? Great comment. If it escalated bad enough, certainly I would. I would not like to think, but I'm just trying to think it from a political standpoint. If I was to action conscription, I'd at least want all of the former soldiers back in first, because they've got a skill set that would only need retraining. So you just need to retrain on a few things, get up to scratch. You wouldn't need to fully train and transition. I've already got the Green Beret. That means I've met the grade before, and I could meet the grade again. I just need to put my Green Beret on, and I'd be back in service minus a few tests, which I'd be fit enough to probably pass now, to be fair, because I'm training hard. So yeah, if I had to, I would. It's not something that I'd want to wish on anyone at this moment in time. But yeah, if World War III kicks off, I've got worse things to worry about that. Where would I rather be? Scared in my home, or out there trying to protect not only my family, but our heritage, our history, our pride. It's humanity, guys, that's on the line, really, isn't it, for that reason? So great question, Papa Doc, and thank you for your donation, brother. Hey, David, apologies for the pronunciation. Gianotti, welcome to Gendit Members Club, brother, and I look forward to speaking to you in the chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. We've got we've got loads of super chats come through here, guys. I'll try and get to all of your questions, so please be patient with me. And if I do miss any, then please comment and let me know. World Nakos 76, thank you for the $4.99, brother. And your question is, thank you for all you do, bro. Hey, I appreciate being able to be in a position in life where I can at least engage with nearly 1,000 concurrent viewers on here. You guys come to this channel because you've obviously seen something that you enjoy, or maybe not enjoy so much. And all I ever wanted to do was interact with you guys outside of this virtual realm. I can be seen as being quite an outgoing person and chatty and stuff and opinionated, but I'm actually quite insecure about most things. I am actually quite reserved and quite introverted, believe it or not. Although I come across as extroverted, I am quite introverted. So this is a way of me interacting with you guys wholeheartedly and authentically, and if you can get anything out of it positively, then I'm winning at the end of the day. That's the only purpose for this, and I just want to create positivity. So the fact that you guys can get something out of it, I just want to thank you guys. All right, so you're thanking me, but thank you, buddy. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Curtis Reynolds, whoa. Wow. $50. Thank you, brother. Wow. Thank you, Curtis Reynolds. Thank you, sir. Your question is, keep up the good commentary. I'm watching this with great interest. I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate that more than you would ever believe. I used to get about, well, it was just less than the equivalent of about $50 a day in the Royal Marines. So, wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. That's great. I appreciate it, my friend. I'm glad you're getting something out of this. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to be here for a while because we have got a lot to talk about on this map. We're going to get into it very, very soon. We've We're just going to go through it. Simple as that. We've got Patrick. Hey, Patrick. Thank you for the $9.99, my friend. And your question is, your unique perspective on military affairs is valued. Thanks for all your good work. I appreciate that, Patrick. Thank you, brother. Good question, man. No, it wasn't a question. Thank you for all your good work. I appreciate that, brother. Isaac Brown, I've seen you here before, I'm sure. And welcome to Gen Dit Members Club, brother. I like your profile picture. That is good, man. And yeah, welcome. I look forward to speaking to you, buddy. Commander Ross, PSG37. Thank you for the $4.99. Your question is, chances are the depot was purposely destroyed by the local forces to deny its use to Russia. That's really interesting. So you're saying that this depot, hang on, so chances are that you're saying chances are the depot was purposely destroyed by the local forces to deny its use to Russia, like a naval ship being scuttled to prevent capture or use. I've never thought of that. That is a fantastic... I never... See, this is why it's important that we do this. This is important that you guys are here right now. That we can gain a new perspective on something and a new way of thinking. I've never thought of that. So if they're just... is that actually... So, hang on, what region is this? We're looking at the eastern... Yeah, we're looking at the eastern part of Ukraine. So, I mean, if they're getting swarmed from that area, is that a sign that they might actually be overrun now? Is that a sign that I mean, that's what I would say. You wouldn't abandon ship and destroy it or scuttle it, as you would say, to prevent capture or use unless you were due to be overwhelmed in that capacity. Does that make sense? That's the way I'm thinking. So maybe that's a sign of the times that region in particular is due to be overrun. Does that make sense? That's a great perspective that you've given there. Thank you for that, Ross. I appreciate that, buddy, and thank you for your donation. Mark Bauer, member for 12 months. Whoa, 1 whole year membership. Mark Bauer, thank you, brother. He says, hell yeah, it was me, but I'll message you on Instagram. Apparently, I've been a member for a year now. Wow, that has flown over. But please get in touch with me and try and get in touch with me. If I don't respond, it's because I haven't seen your message. So just get a message to me. Yeah, I think I want to speak to you, buddy. One of your comments really hit me the other day. I was like, wow, how intellectually put. You're much better with words than me. And I was thinking about something, and I've got a proposition for you guys. Okay, I have, and I like Mark Bauer is a very kind individual, being very supportive of the channel, and I want to hopefully include you in some way in a little venture that I've got on something else. So, yeah. Please get in touch for me. It might be one of the best things you've ever done. Thank you, buddy, for your 12 months membership. David Gianotti, US dollars. Thank you for the $20, my friend. You haven't got a question, but you've just you've put a gif on there. Rage quit. I've rage quit a few times. Hopefully Russia rage quits and gets the hell out of Ukraine, man. Thank you for your donation, brother. I appreciate that, my friend. Zypher Death 400. I'm not sure what that is, that currency, but either way, it looks like a bloody lot. Irrespective, thank you for your donation, brother. I appreciate that. And your question is, wish the world didn't have borders, just a fantasy. Investments should go into education, helping the poor, teaching to respect religions. Do you think it might happen someday? After all, we are the greediest species. Sorry, I misread that. I don't think all of that will happen, actually. I think there's going to be times in our history where things will be harmonious and will slip. Just like you just need to look at the world as a relationship. We're all in a unique relationship with each other spiritually. And that's confusing because we've got billions of people on the planet, but let's just whittle it down to 2 people in a friendship / relationship, whatever you want to call it. You can get the 2 best people on the planet, the 2 most, you can get 2 of the most sinless individuals on the planet, and they'll have problems. They'll have harmonious times. They'll have happy times, sad times, glad times. They'll fight. They'll do everything within a lifespan of the average of 79 year or whatever. You would see everything happen within that relationship, friendship. It's just human nature. I think we need to get over the fact of trying to reach pure harmony on the planet. We need to accept that we're flawed. The most important thing is, how can we reconcile from these things, and can we adjust when we are slipping onto the onto the wrong side? I think that's the most important thing. We're going to slip 100%, but can we capture it at the right time? And that's what this is here. Someone slipped. They slipped big, but can it be captured in the right time? Can we get involved and stop this at the right time? Does that make sense? Obviously, the time has passed, but you get where I'm trying to come from with that, right? We're always going to slip, guys, but we need to start capturing these things and putting them to bed before they get out of hand. And this is a perfect example of it getting massively out of hand. Thank you for your question or your donation, brother. Unanimous. Thank you for the 1999. I appreciate that, buddy. And your question is, world leaders should feel embarrassed and ashamed after being offered to help Zelensky free from his country, and he shut them all down. Instead of running, all those leaders would. He made the decision to stay by his people. Thank you for your question, brother. I appreciate the donation, my friend. Right, I need to catch up on a few of these things, and then we'll get back to what we started. I appreciate that donation, buddy. Right, where we are, I've missed a few. Yeah, thank you for the donation, brother. Just kill off this. Yeah, I was going to read your first name in case anyone thinks that it's me saying it. Thank you for the 20. And your question is, have one on me, brother. Thank you, brother. That's very kind of you, and thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being here. Hikaru Shindu, welcome to the Gendit Members Club, brother, or sister. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to chatting to you as a member in the very near future. Maybe he's in this chat. You might drop another comment. Igor with the 9.99, thank you. And his question is, can you please pray for my people in Ukraine? My thoughts are with the Ukrainian people at the moment, Igor. And bless you, brother. I appreciate you for being here. And I take it you're from that region. My thoughts are out with you, my friend. Stay safe. Stay safe, my friend. And you're welcome on this channel anytime you want, man. Anytime you want. Hoyd with the $5 thank you for the donation. Your question is, shout out to Elon Musk for responding to Ukrainian VP and sending Starlink terminals so Russia can't shut down internet. Did he really do that? Did Elon Musk actually send Starlink terminals so Russia can't shut down the internet? If he's done that, Elon's a legend anyway, right? But that's actually something I can see Elon Musk doing. Do you know that? That's something that I can see that guy doing. He's a special individual, him, you know. Once in a lifetime, we get geniuses like him, and we don't truly appreciate them until they're gone, and then they become legendary, all right? Then they become almost like mythical creatures. It's like Nikola Tesla, all right? You know, people, yeah, they knew he was talented when he was here, but we know how talented he is now. If you look into Tesla, okay, he's a legend now, isn't he? But he's gone. We need to make these people legends while they're living, so they can walk the globe like gods. Because what they're doing on a day-to-day basis globally is almost godlike, all right? And I do believe Elon. I do believe he does things for the people. Thank you for your question, brother. I appreciate that. Miguel Gares, thank you for the 1999, brother. Your question is, X-82nd Airborne Cavalry Scout here. Thank you for your service, my friend, first and foremost. And thanks for being here, brother. I've got a lot of time for veterans on this channel. I appreciate your service, my friend. Your question is, why do you think no nations are sending volunteers, as was done in Spain pre-World War II? And do you think that will ever be on the table? Why do you think no nations are sending volunteers? in all honesty, I can't comment on that. I didn't know that was what was happening pre-World War II in Spain. I didn't know that. I'm guessing you think you're talking other countries saying, look, if you want to volunteer for Ukraine, you can go there and join their military. Is that what you're saying? If that is the case, I can honestly say I've never looked into that. That might be something to look into later. Thank you for your donation, brother. If anyone can answer that question below for Miguel, I'd appreciate that, troops. But thank you, buddy. Emily Bushby, thank you for your donation. You've just reminded me of the last sergeant I ever had, Nick Bushby, Sergeant Bushby. I love that guy. What a legend, man. You just popped up into my head there. Your question is, love your channel. Thank you for being a great role model for young men. We are desperate for decent men in America. Thank you for your kind donation. I think the thing is with being a role model is understanding where you can have an impact, understanding that you are having an impact first and foremost, and then it is your responsibility to ensure that you engage in the right way, because it's naive to think that even if you've got 10 subscribers on YouTube, if one person watches, you can have an influence on that person. So it's important that you take it upon yourself to at least be the best you can be, a better version of yourself. And that's I'm not going to try and preach to be someone special or anything like that. I won't, but I do think you have a responsibility to at least try and be a better version of yourself first. That's my take on it. Anyway, thank you for your question, Emily. And that's a kind comment as well. Thank you, buddy. Chunky Hunky. That's a cool name. We need to be serious. Oh, guys, sorry. You know me. There's a time for fun and games and laughter. And there's a time for serious. This is supposed to be one of the serious lives. That caught me by surprise, Chonky Honky. Thank you for the $5, brother or sister. And your question is, just heard that Russia temporarily halted their advance due to heavy casualties in the south. Not sure if it's true, though. Well, I'll tell you something. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Oh, multiple dead among civilian population as a result of MLRS attack on Santara, close to... Oh, let's have a look at this, guys. We're back on the map now. What's going on here? Warning, this event contains graphic media, scenes of explicit violence and gore. So if it's on Twitter, does that mean it's okay for... Right, I tell you what, if we're going to be careful not to play certain elements. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Whoa. Hang on a minute. What? So it's kicking off. MLRS. What is MLRS? Molotov cocktail used on Russian equipment. Ah, right. Molotov cocktail. Right. So is that civilians then? Right. Where have they came in from? What region have they came in from? Right. You might be right. You might have something on. You might have a point there, buddy. We've seen something heavy destruction in Bugas of Donetsk region after Russian attack. Let's have a look at this.
Мишин дом, бывшего нашего.
Actually, you guys, yeah, you can see that.
Директора.
This has just been destroyed.
Вот это снайпер. Вот что это куски же.
Right, so the thing is with these types of videos, we're seeing a lot, but we're not seeing a lot at the same time. Does that make sense?
Сюда.
Heavy destruction in Bugas. Yeah. I mean, it is heavy destruction when you have a look at it, but it's right. What have we got on the comments? Papa Doc, hey, with 50 knock. Thank you, brother, for that again. I appreciate that. Your question is just a float, mate. If you need any graphics, hit me up and I'll hook you up. Papa Doc, yeah, I tell you actually, Papa Doc, message me on Instagram, buddy, because I do need something building, and I haven't gotten around to it for the past year and a half because I haven't got the expertise to do it. So if you don't mind dropping me a comment, we might be able to hook you up with something there. But thank you, brother, for a kind donation, and yeah, make sure you Instagram me and I'll get in touch with you. Thank you. Right, let's get back to the super chats, guys, because there's quite a few to catch up on, and I apologize in advance. Hector Correa, thank you for the $10 US, brother. I appreciate that. No question from you, but I appreciate that. Saving Humanity, that's a good name. $5, thank you. And your question is, hey, I hope you're doing well. I do appreciate your knowledge. Been following for a while. You know something, guys, I don't pretend to be very knowledgeable on every subject I speak about. There's actually quite a lot of things that I speak about that I'm actually lacking in knowledge of, but it's called, most of the stuff I do is reactionary based, and it wouldn't be a fair reaction if I went, you know what, before I react to this, I'm going to watch it, I'm going to write some notes, I'm going to research, and then I'm going to react, because that's not a reaction. That's a review. Okay, that's something very different. Reactions and reviews. I want to give you a true reaction, okay, so I can speak from the heart. And when you can speak from the heart on something, you might not get the right answer, but you're going to get an honest answer. And there's a big difference, and that's all I want to be, is honest with this. We are 11 likes from 1,000 likes. I can't believe that. 10 likes from 1,000 likes. Troops, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. 8 likes away. Thank you, guys. Good question, Seven. I do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys for being here, every single one of you. Aaron, with a $4.99, thank you for your donation. Your question is, America/Europe just removed certain Russian banks from SWIFT. What are your thoughts on it? SWIFT, I thought SWIFT wasn't that Russian-owned? Wasn't that a Russian-owned bank? I'm trying to think if I actually had SWIFT for a short while or not, or I downloaded the app. Well, yeah, this is going to happen regardless, you know. They're going to impose certain sanctions on these individuals for a reason. And yeah, these sanctions need to happen because just like in certain regions of the eastern side of the Ukraine, you know, these bombs and stuff that are taking place, that are happening, these are all, like this here, the oil depot that caught fire, it's there to suffocate the people. So, and hinder their movement. Now, to hinder the movement of the opposition, you've got to do other things, and it's called a sanction, you know. So we're going to get through a lot of these, by the way, guys, on this map. We are going to be doing a lot of talking, but we're in no rush to get through them, so hopefully you guys can appreciate that. But yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you for your question, Aaron, and thank you for your donation, brother. I appreciate it. Very, very good questions coming through, guys. I'm really thank you for a start. I'm challenged by some of these questions, and it's getting me to think about this. I'm learning, so thank you, guys. Hopefully, you can appreciate the debate as a viewer. So we got Tanda 101. Thank you for the two. Thank you for the donation, bro. Here's $2 Canadian for literally no reason. Thank you, brother, for literally a reason. I appreciate you. Victor Garul, again with the $9.99. Thank you, brother. Your question is, or your statement. Thanks for being a beacon of humanity for our younger generation and for bringing things to light for those who don't see. Peace, brother. Got to head out with my daughter. Well, thank you for your kind comment. I really do appreciate that. It's nice to hear things like that. So I appreciate that, Victor. And you go and have a fantastic time with your daughter, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Cheers, dude. I'll hopefully see you again soon. Hey, we got Player One. Thank you for the massive donation again, my friend. Thank you, dude. And your question is, the US has spent the past 20 years fighting people who hide and use IEDs. We are not prepared to fight a proper military with similar technology. That's a great question. It's a fantastic question. It's a statement. We're not prepared to fight proper military with similar tech. I don't think that it's not. Sorry, guys, got an itchy nose. I don't think that it's not prepared. I think that it's extremely different. Both scenarios are horrendous, okay? Have the Americans become more apt at fighting in that way? I think so, yeah. But when it comes to a proper military with similar technology, I think this is where it gets different. If you're fighting someone with no technology, then you're fighting a people with morals and morality and spirit, because they haven't got anything else to back them up. They're fighting for a bloody reason, yeah? I think that's harder than fighting someone with a similar technology, because you know how it is. Your computer only has to be a little bit better than the one you had before to outperform it entirely. So when it comes to technological advancements in the military, you don't even have to be head of the game. You don't have to be way ahead. You can just be a little bit up. You're going to outperform every time. Do you see where I'm coming from? But outperforming someone with zero technology who's there for moral reasons because they're fighting for their land, you're fighting a man in his back garden, that's different. All right? That's different. And I'm sure some of the veterans or even serving military will understand exactly where I'm coming from there. Okay? But fantastic question, Player One. Thank you for contributing to the discussion today. And thank you again for your donation, brother. It's greatly appreciated. Reed with the $20. You haven't got a question on there. Thank you for the donation, brother. I appreciate that sincerely. We got Ben Min. Hopefully I've pronounced that surname. Mini? Ben Min. Thank you with the 5. Your question is, with the West starting to send weapons and resources to the Ukraine, how long till Russia shuts off the oil and gas to the West? With the West starting to send weapons and resources to the Ukraine, how long till Russia shuts off the oil and gas to the West? Well, depending on how the news and countries want to play it, will depend on our knowledge of whether it's happened or not already. Because let's just say the UK has, I'd imagine, I don't know this, but let's just in hindsight go with our imagination and be like, well, let's just say the taps get turned off for oil and gas. How many years worth has Britain got? Let's just go with, they'll have 5 years worth of oil to get through. Let's just go with that in reserves, okay? Whatever, I don't know, but let's just go with that. You get where I'm going. We got 5 years. Would they really want to even let the public know that that has happened if they did turn the taps off when we've got 5 years to get over it? Does that make sense? So we might not even know. It might have already happened. All right, but what's the point of... Did you see where I'm coming from? The strength sometimes in not actually telling. But let's just say hypothetically we didn't have any reserves at all. I would have said Russia does that pretty soon, strategically thinking. But I only think they would do that with the preposition of World War III happening. And is there intention for that to happen? Maybe it's not. Good question, Ben. What do you guys think about that? You let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for being here. Wow, we've got 912 concurrent viewers. We may get to 1,000 on this stream. But if you've just joined the channel, then thank you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It really does help. And make sure you pop back on a regular basis, okay? It's good to have you guys here. Make sure you turn the notifications on as well, because I know a lot of people don't actually get notified. I appreciate every single one of you guys being here. Again, guys, don't worry about the super chats. I'm just going through all of them in order. Ken Cross, again, with the US $10. Thank you, brother. You haven't got a question pertaining to that, but thank you anyway, dude. If I'm missing any chats, am I missing things? Oh, yeah, I am missing a few. Sorry, guys. I've missed quite a few here. Sorry, troops. I think I'm back. Miguel, the Swift they are talking about is owned by the Netherlands, I believe, and is primarily a system for countries to pay one another, as I understand it. Thank you for your question, my friend. Hikaru with the $1. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, my friend. Greg with the $20. Thank you, dude. Donald Ranter with the $10. Thank you, my friend. It's not a question, he says, but I wanted to say that I don't blame the Russian people because of Putin. Keep up the great work, my friend. Same. I follow the same thought process. I don't think anyone does. I think the world as we see it right now are just so sick of this kind of thing going on, war and all of this horribleness. I do believe everyone else feels the same. I don't even think the Russian people want this war, you know. I just think there's a very few at the top. Thank you for your donation, brother. Hey, Master Duck, welcome to Gen Dit Members Club. Guys, thank you for becoming members today. Those of you that have done, I look forward to seeing you in the comments. It does help you in other streams, not necessarily this one, because we've got a lot of people watching and commenting, but in my reaction videos and stuff like that, it's easier for me to chat with the members because you get that little icon next to your name. So welcome to the members club, Master Duck. I appreciate you for being here. Hoggy Boy says it says, hey, thank you for the content. Got some birthday money. Hope you're doing okay. Also, how do you like your steak? Oh, well, first of all, happy birthday, my friend. And I hope you had a fantastic time. And in terms of steak, I'll eat it raw, I'll eat it well done, I'll eat it medium, I'll eat it any old way. Anyway, steak is steak, isn't it? Miguel, thank you for the $9.99. Your question is, or your statement rather, I think the USA would crush the Russian military based on air power alone. Also, when I was in, I spent as much time training to fight conventional war as I did trying for non-conventional warfare. Yeah, when I was in the military, that was the same as well. When I was in the Royal Marines Commandos, we would train conventional. When we were going to conventional areas, when we were going to the jungle, we would train conventionally. Then we'd train unconventional. There was certain elements of that. But, you know, the modern day militaries around the world, you know, the European militaries, United Kingdom, the Americans, the Australians, we're ready to fight no matter what. So we do a lot of practicing in very different situations. Yeah, and it works. It works for a reason, guys, okay? Our expertise, especially, I'm going to brag now, the British military, you know, we're at the forefront of, maybe it's not innovation in the military, but the blueprint comes from us, all right? The blueprint comes from us for many, many years, closely followed by the likes of France and other countries like that. And America nowadays are at the forefront of it, but, you know, America's got all the money. Test Rabbit, thank you for the $20. You haven't got a question pertaining to that, but thank you anyway, my friend. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Trey McCollister, thank you for the $9.99, brother. Your question or your statement is, God bless the Ukraine standing up and defending their land. Even Parliament is taking up arms. I doubt the US Congress would take up arms again, even though the people would. They love their country. Troy, thank you for your statement. I agree with you on that. In fact, on a video that I spoke of a few days ago, I actually said maybe we should stop sending troops to war without our leaders of our countries going in first and trying to settle their differences. But there's one thing for sure with the Ukrainians, their parliament and members of it are actually taking up arms. We've even got the Klitschko brothers, two boxers, multi-millionaire legends in the game. Could be on a beach right now, literally could own a beach right now, but they took up arms, heavy machines, put on a uniform, and they're prepared to fight for their land, for what's right. that has to be admired. That is fantastic that we have individuals with that genetics. Think about that genetic. If we could get people like that, that's just fantastic. Two amazing guys, big, strong, will fight for what is right. We need more people like them in the world. Trey, thank you for your donation, brother, and a very, very good statement right there. It's a hoax with the $10. Says, in response to the oil question, Russia needs to keep the oil pipeline open to EU because if they stop, they lose financial support. And the US fills the gap for the EU oil needs. They don't want that. That's a good statement, actually. And here's a question for you. It's a hoax. What do you think Germany's response will be to this? I mean, they are, I'm not sure on the percentages, but I'm just going to throw it out here anyway. I think they're pretty much solely dependent on gas from Russia. Is that right? Isn't that why they're trying to keep pretty close with them at the moment? They're in the back pockets because of the gas. The gas is a massive bargaining tool for the Russians, and they are going to be using it wisely as a political power tool. But like that gentleman there says, it or is implying, it could be a bit of a problem for them in how they respond with the oil thing. That's a good statement. Thank you for that, buddy. Troops, if you've just joined us, first of all, thank you for being here. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And what we're doing is we're going to go through this map. But at the moment, I'm just getting through a few more of the super chat questions because actually, I didn't intend it to go that way, but the super chat questions is actually really, really good at the moment. So, yeah, I'm enjoying these questions, guys. Keep them coming. Hikaru Shindus, thank you. Your question is, what is your thoughts on the first activation of NATO response force since the inception of NATO? My initial thought of it is, well, it works. At least it works. It's been activated. If it has been activated, then yeah, it's. You've got to think about it this way. There's a lot of money gets pumped into NATO. The Americans and other countries, but mainly America, put a lot of money into that. A lot of money, and it needs to be used at the end of the day, and it needs to be used for the service of good. So yeah, it needs to be, if it needs to be activated, then it's a good thing that it works. If that answers your question. Ricky Cade says, I wish Biden would roll back taxes on US oil and start leading federal land to drill again. A year ago, US was a net exporter of oil. A year ago. Have I missed a few? Yeah, I have. Sorry, guys. I've missed a few of your super chats. What happens is my chat is just going that quick. I miss it. I miss a few questions, so sorry. We've got Journeys. Welcome to the Gen Dit Members Club, my friend. It's great to have you on board. I look forward to speaking to you in the future. Hondo 2042 Swift is a Belgian core. Awesome, buddy. Ken Cross, welcome to the Gen Dit Members Club, my friend. Kindrew 13 says, have you heard the Taliban have called out Putin? I have seen something on that. However, is that fake news? Is that fake news? It almost seems like a really it seems like a meme to me. I don't want to say, are they worthy of even having an opinion on such things? Everyone is worthy of having an opinion, guys, okay? We can't take opinions away from people. However, really? I'll let you guys figure that one out. In fact, if you can do some research now, troops, on whether that was actually legitimate, that'd be good. M Scott 99, thank you for the donation. Your question is, the Russian military are moving a mobile flamethrower. Why have this in a modern military? The Russians military are moving a mobile flamethrower. Why have this in a modern military? Yeah, it seems a little bit barbaric to me, but isn't think about it this way. This is my take on it. I've been in the military. I've been in the Royal Marines Commandos, among the elite in the world. That's not me bragging. That's just, That's etched in history. Okay, it's a fact. Now, when you understand what the most simplest, most modest weapon systems can do to a human, it either ends life or it preserves life. Anything that can end a life in terms of a weapon system that can be used in anger or violence is insane anyway by default. It's just some things are a little bit more gruesome than others. Granted, doesn't make it a good thing, but if we don't think flamethrowers are moral or ethical, then the simplest of pistols that shoots a 9mm certainly isn't ethical either, because the intention is the same, to end life. And that's where I have a big opinion on the standards of in fact, there was a question on one of my courses when I was training after a promotion to become a service police investigator, and the question was simple: is the act of killing in war ever morally right? And to a lot of people's surprise, I actually said, well, it can never be morally right, the act of killing. There might be bloody good reasons for it. And we had loads of situations come back and forth. Some of the situations were hypotheticals, like, well, what happened if someone did this to your family in a war situation? You name it, you'll let you use your imagination on that one. To which I responded, yes, it would anger and rage. It would make me feel ill. It would make me want to do the most horrendous things. Probably would pursue some of those actions of thought. But it still wouldn't make it right, because it just can't be right morally, can it? We can't bend morality to suit our individual needs. It's either wrong to do something or it's right. No one cares. Morality does not care for your reasoning. That's the thing that we need to get right with this. And I argued that with a padre, a priest, believe it or not, of all people, a padre in the army he was. And I stood my ground, and he didn't like it, actually. I was quite shocked. But that's my take on it. All right? Doesn't mean to say it doesn't happen, but that's just my take. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, troops. Anyway, back to some of the questions. C-War6, that's a great name. Thank you for your donation. You say, I've been watching about a year now. Thank you for all the great content. I saw a quick video the other day after your Russian invading Ukraine video and wanted you to see it. I'll send it to your Instagram. Okay, buddy. Thank you for the kind donation. And I appreciate you being here, dude. Dark Horse, thank you for the donation, brother. Jason Downs, welcome to the Gen Date Members Club, my friend. And I look forward to speaking to you in the future as a member, my friend. Thank you, buddy. I think the chat's just done that again. I need to quickly scroll back up. Jason Downs, yeah, there we go. And Ricky Kidd, thank you. And you say, I wish Biden would roll back taxes. Oh, I've actually been there. I've actually answered that question. Amanda Smith, $5. Thank you for your donation. What's your thoughts on the Russian taking Chernobyl? Right, I've heard this, but I haven't looked into this. I can't think of a legitimate reason why they would want land that's not occupied by humanity, unless they've got something going on there militarily, which, yeah, I could understand why they might actually have something there. Like, I don't know. Chernobyl, I mean, is there any military bases even there? Like biochemical base? I don't know, guys. What's my thoughts on that? I don't know, actually, Amanda. Is it strategical? I mean, would you want to really put... I wouldn't like to think I'm going to Chernobyl, especially with the nuclear fallout and all of that, and the risk to health. I mean, that's something else. I don't know. Kurt Walker, welcome to the Gen Dit Members Club, brother. Sick Lad, thank you for the donation. You say Americans want to see you Europeans take the lead and not expect the United States to do most of the fighting. Great Britain, European Union. Is that the general consensus in America, or is that your opinion? Either way, it's fine that you've said that. I appreciate your comment. I just want to understand where that's coming from, because I don't know what the general consensus is in America. Is that what the consensus is? I can understand it. Americans do normally take the lead on things. You guys take the lead because at the end of the day, you are the top of the food chain, aren't you, really? So it would make sense to, in that respect, you do put the most money into certain regions militarily. So I think if you guys take the lead in it, it's only because it's in your best interests to do that. And the UK normally follows suits with that intention anyway, with us being, the 51st state of America, as I like to say, because that's how it seems. Miguel says, thank you for your donation, brother. And you say, thanks for the videos, bro. Keep up the good work. Instead of video games, how about workout videos? Got to go make dinner for the kids now, so catch you in the next one. Cheers, brother. I've actually got a channel. If you go onto the About section of my YouTube channel, the one you're on now, you'll see there's about 4 different channels on there. Just Boxing, The Explained Show, what else have I got? There's a few others on there. Bushcraft Commando. You can work out what that's all about. If you go subscribe to those channels, you'll see that type of stuff coming very, very soon, guys. So slightly off topic there, but you have a good dinner, Miguel, and I'll see you next time, brother. Peace. Right, so a few more of these questions, and then let's get back into what we were doing. Trey McCollister, again, thank you for the donation. And you say, let's give a shout out to Anonymous for hacking Russian servers. Yeah, I've seen that. Those civilian hackers shut down a lot of Russian propaganda. Hey, if they're doing good, which they normally do a lot of good, then that's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. If it's for a good cause, great. Miguel, only Trump is wanting to give up leadership, bro. Thank you for your donation, buddy. Trey says, nope, if UK attacks or any NATO ally gets attacked, we're obligated to step in as well. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you guys are obligated in that respect. It's kind of the deal, isn't it, really, in terms of where you stand in the world police situation. Jonathan, I think it's going to be a good one, this. Jonathan Partida says, Chernobyl is both strategic and symbolic. One, it's the fastest direct route to the capital, Kiev, and it's part of the former Soviet. Is that right? Right, so strategically, it's the fastest direct route. That makes a lot of sense. Would they want to risk the health long term of their soldiers, though? I guess they would if they've took that area. And it's part of the former Soviet Union, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I think we've caught up on the super chats actually at the moment, troops. So thank you for those super chat questions. Really, really appreciate all of the interesting questions and statements as well. I like to hear from you guys. But let's just get back into this for a little bit until we have to read some of the questions again. So we were on the east side of the Ukraine. I wish this was in English, actually. Hang on, language. English. Why has I got a chick on there? Oh, it's already in English. All right, it's okay. So 2 minutes ago, Arabs stuck in Kharkiv report Ukrainian civilians armed to confront Russian forces. What's going on here? So that's only 2 minutes ago. Arabs stuck in the in Kharkiv. Report Ukrainian civilians. Right, so the Ukrainian civilians have actually been getting armed. I did see that in the news in a news article. It's really, really, really went wrong when civilians are getting armed. I know it's a good thing to arm the civilians, but what happens post this? Long-term wise, you've got an armed country. I don't think this would actually happen in the UK. I don't think we'd, even if it got worst case scenario, I don't think they'd start handing out weapon systems to us. I don't think that would happen. Do you guys think it would happen in the UK? I don't think it would, guys, if I'm honest. Even worst case scenario. I think worst case scenario, maybe it's veterans, people who have had use of weapon systems in the past, prior trained military soldiers, and I reckon you would have to have left the services within a certain time frame. But other than that, I don't think we'd be seeing a situation in the UK, for instance, where our local citizens would be armed. I just don't see that happening, guys. But I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments. Right, I'm going to just hit somewhere random here. Right, what's this? What is this? Ural trucks of the Russian armed forces marked with the V. We've seen the trucks with the armed forces Z mentioned on there, but I didn't see the ones marked with a V. What does that mean? We're seen in Gomel region, Belarus. All right, Belarus has been letting them. They've broke, haven't they, Belarus? Right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, so they've found a way in there, haven't they, really? What's your thoughts on Belarus, guys? And we've got imagery via at planet shows the collapsed border crossing bridge at Ukraine. Right, so strategically speaking, this bridge here, not this one particular, but elements of what's happened here, or what could have happened here, is again a strategic thing. We've seen it happen around the world, actually. If something like this happens, maybe the Ukrainians have actually stopped this or done this, facilitated this to happen. It's to stop them from entering at a quicker speed, you know. So we do see this happening in war. I've seen it happen a lot in World War II, actually. We've got a few super chats that we need to catch up on, guys. If you just joined the stream, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below if you want to become a member, hit the membership button. Let's see if we can get 1,000 concurrent viewers, actually. I can't believe I'm saying that. 1,000 viewers, that's crazy. Let's see if we can get there. 1,400 likes. Hit that like button. It costs you nothing, guys. Good to see you here. So what's the next super chat question from you guys? Eric Wright, thank you for the donation. He says, it's sad to say, but Putin isn't losing this war without help. Each night this pursues more and more of Russia's arsenal will show. Fight hard, Ukraine. Yeah. Yeah, I think without intervention, I think I agree with you. I think short term it's going to be catastrophic. I'm thinking long term the Ukrainians might have the edge. Because let's go back to that old chestnut, what I was talking about before. You might be able to bring the technology, but when you're fighting people who are there to protect the families, their back gardens, you're going to be fighting a long time. You know, you're going to be fighting a long, long time, a long, hard, horrible war. We've seen that in Afghanistan with Russia. All right, yes, the Afghans had help from the CIA, I believe, with the ground-to-air missiles that was obliterating their air force. That was the only reason they got the hell out of Afghanistan in the first place, because their air force was absolutely, it was hammered, and it was embarrassing for them. So yeah, a little bit of help maybe with Ukraine. With probably a similar thing, ground-to-air surface missiles, that kind of thing. That's going to be, you know, they've got a fantastic air capability, Russia. They always have. And that's the problem that the Ukraine's going to face at this moment in time, unfortunately. Good statement, Eric. Thanks, buddy. Right, let's scroll up. on these questions. Investigator 77, thank you for the donation. You say, I don't think that the consensus in the US is that Europe should fight their own war. We've always got our fingers into everyone else's pie, but it's scary to think of. Yeah, I can see why a lot of people would think that with America. It's true, but when you are, I mean, they are world police. It's just the way it is. You know, who would you rather have in to replace them? So it's going to seem like they've always got their fingers in someone else's pies. I can appreciate why that would seem that way. But for me, my choice, I would rather have their fingers in my pie than some other country with corrupt leaders. Does that make sense? But thanks for that statement. It's really interesting. Thank you. Edward Grant, thank you for the donation. Your question, your statement is, does Russia need to storm Kiev to take it? Can they implement an Anaconda-style plan and wait for the capital to run out of resources? Well, the fact that Russia has steamrolled in anyway, I think that's going to give us the flavour of what's coming. I think they're going to steamroll into this next element, into Kiev. And then what they'll probably do is try and starve out the political infrastructure. Does that make sense? That's a great question. Thank you for that, Edward. We've got over 1,000 viewers in the chat. Let's get some hype in the chat, troops. Concurrent viewers, 1,018. Start smashing that like. Let's get loads of. What should we get? Let's get 3 kisses in the chat. I've done the first one to symbolise the 3 zeros on the end of that one for 1,000+ viewers. Thank you, troops. You made this happen. I appreciate you. I think that actually might be a record high on the channel, 1,017. That actually might be a record high, which is telling me one thing, actually. Sometimes you have a direction of where you want to go in life with things. But this is obviously the type of stuff that I need to be doing more of. I have got a military background. I would like to have a better setup for you guys to have better viewing pleasure. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping here. It's humbling to have over 1,000 people on the show. I appreciate it. And nearly 1,500 likes. If you haven't pressed that like button or subscribe yet, you really got to do it, guys. It would make my day. Right, next Quezzy from Cowboy Up 2. Thank you for the donation, brother. And you say, you seen the video where they crucified the Russian soldier in public? No, I haven't. No, I have not seen that. Cowboy, hey, thank you for the donation. You know, I don't want it. I couldn't see that. I couldn't watch that. Nah, I couldn't watch that. That would affect me too much. I remember when I was first in the Royal Marines when I was 16, I seen something that really, it wasn't that bad. It was part of something. I don't want to go into detail about what it was and why we were going through a certain element of training, but it really affected me. You know, I'm quite a visual person. These things still to this day stayed in my brain. And I learned my lesson, like, you know, put into your brain what you want your thoughts to be, what you want to channel. So that's why I don't really watch too much of the news. That's why I'm watching this and speaking to you guys, get my information from here, because it doesn't cloud the judgment. It doesn't cloud the brain. It doesn't infiltrate the emotional side of it as much. Does that make sense, guys? But no, I haven't seen that. And if that is true, that's happened, that's bloody horrendous. It's absolutely bloody horrendous, isn't it? Wow, I can't believe that we're doing stuff like that to people still. It's utterly terrible. Thanks for your question, buddy. I appreciate that. And the next question belongs to where is the next question? Thank you, Cowboy. The next one is King Dre 13. He says, or she says, I saw a video of a captured Russian troop and the Ukrainians let him call his parents, and they didn't know he was there, and he didn't know he was going into the country until the day of. I saw a video of a captured Russian troop, and the Ukrainians let him call his parents. So if I'm reading that correctly, they showed compassion for him, if that's what you're saying. You know something? This is what I want to say from my experience of being in the Royal Marines. That's my green lid, Marine Beret. My experience is I met more good people than bad. I met more good men with compassion than you would ever imagine, guys. Than you would ever imagine. And that's what makes a great soldier, believe it or not. Not necessarily the fighting spirit. It's the levels of compassion that they can have, because they can have a better judgment in a situation where they've got compassion. And it'll actually save them a few mental problems later in life by having good judgment, you know. But thanks for that, King Dre. Thank you. Next question from Johnny's Videos. Thank you, buddy. You say Russians' high command historically doesn't care about the long-term health of its grunts, so I see them holding on to Chernobyl. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's a good point. And I think in today's society, although they might still be a little bit behind with how they do things, I think there might be a change in spiritual mentality from the Russian soldier. I think the Russian soldier might actually be getting a little sick now of how they're treated. I think they might be looking at the rest of the world, thinking how we live and how we get treated, and think, you know what am I doing this for? Why am I doing this? I don't believe in this. This is not me. I wasn't raised this way. This is not what I want my last breath on this earth to be. We're different people now than what we were 100 years ago. We're more of a we might have changed, we might have become softer, but with that softness comes a want for peace and an acceptance that war is not the right way. 100 years ago, we might have been tougher, less snowflakey, but you know, we believed in war a lot more then, I think. So, what's more worrying, a snowflake or a hardened individual from society? I don't know. I'm probably swaying towards the snowflakey thing at the moment, because more snowflakes means more peace. I don't know. I might be reading that wrong, guys. Let me know what you think about that. I might be massively wrong on that. I'm prepared to be wrong, to be fair. It's fine to be wrong sometimes. TJ Roberts, thank you for the donation, brother. And you say, have you heard about the fighter pilot they are calling the Ghost of Kiev? Yes. Yes, I have. And that guy scares the hell out of me. And I have seen something... again, scared the hell out of me watching this footage, thinking, wow, these are real people that we're dealing with here. And it is horrifically scary. I have seen the Ghost of Kiev. And you also said he went up, shot down 6 Russian planes and became an ace. Did this happen? I've heard that story, and I believe I've seen the footage of that said individual. Might not be him, I'm not too sure. But I have to take from what I've seen as being truthful. Emmett Kessia, when do cyber attacks begin? How widespread will they be? How far will they leak? And will it end up pulling in NATO under Article 5? I think cyber attacks are probably the biggest threat at the moment. Again, one of our kind viewers mentioned earlier that Elon Musk is sending Starlink satellites into these areas that might be affected with cyber attacks. There's talks about Russia wanting to take away the internet provision and capabilities in the Ukraine, because you can understand a lot of their infrastructure and military will be reliant on having an internet connection, okay, and the communications and all of that goes with it. So it's in any aggressors, any invaders' advantage to take away the internet capability. So, cyber attacks probably have already begun. They go on every single day. One of my jobs, I won't get too in depth about it for obvious reasons, but I can speak a little bit about it. When I was a civilian, my first job was as a security analyst, and the amount of cyber security attacks that would happen in regular regular businesses, banks, corporations, regular businesses that you think, well, why are they attacking that? It would be thousands over the night would come in the next day. There'd been thousands stopped. So these things are very, very common, guys. In places like banks and in areas where internet and stuff is needed, it's just a commonplace. All right, and yeah, I think they've probably already started. Will it end up pulling NATO under Article 5? Probably is my answer. Probably, guys. It's a really good question, that, actually, buddy. Thank you for that. Right, I've missed a few more questions from the super chats. Who is next? Troops, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and drop a comment if you want to ask me a question. Powdered Toastman. That's a funny name. Thank you for your question. You say, if Russia takes Ukraine, NATO shouldn't be surprised if Putin goes after Moldova as well. They never joined NATO and were part of the Soviet Union. That's right. I had a conversation. I'm not going to mention who. It wasn't bad, nothing secretive or anything, but it was regards a business trip to Moldova. It was meant to be happening pretty soon. To which I said, that's a bad idea if you go there. And they said, well, why? I says, well, if you have a look at the situation in Ukraine, geographically speaking, have a look at where Moldova is located, and then you'll have your answer. And then you look at what you've just said there, the fact that they never joined NATO and were part of the Soviet Union. It's pretty dangerous region to be in, although it might not be invaded or anywhere close. You don't want to be on the doorstep of a neighbouring country that has been. Needless to say, that trip to Moldova was cancelled shortly after that information came. But yeah, good statement there. We got Blast Cap Badger. Thank you with the $10, brother. And your question or statement is, to our Western sensibilities and our self-constructed morals and ethics, crucifixion seems bad. To people being slaughtered by them deliberately, it's revenge. Who are we to judge? Hey, fair, well-articulated statement there. And yeah, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? That's a good point, that. Thank you for that, Blast Cap, and thank you for the donation, brother. It's good to have you on the channel. Spock TV says, did you hear about the Ukraine soldiers on the Snake Island? I didn't. Can you enlighten me on that a little bit? I haven't. Blast Cap Badger. I don't know why I'm saying that in an American accent. I think because I see the US. As says, also, how are you, brother? Been a while. It has been a while, my friend. Yeah, I'm good, man. Very, very busy with certain things, being a dad and stuff, and obviously trying to try out new types of content like this, but yeah, it seems to be working, and it's good to have you here, my friend. Really appreciate you, brother, as always. Bullpup33, good name, says, we live in an information age. Governments no longer have a monopoly of information. People are slowly waking up to our humanity. I agree, and I think you're right on that one. I think you're actually bang on right in terms of information. That's why they're trying so hard to make sure that the information gets colluded, gets distorted, becomes dirty, and comes from all different directions. If you can get multiple amounts of information from all over the place, from our phones and all of that kind of stuff, it's hard to take the right stuff in. So, yeah, good point there. Ryan, thank you, buddy. And you say, playing devil's advocate, the sentiment in most ex-Soviet countries is that they were much better off under the USSR. Many people in those countries are impoverished and despise their new corrupt puppet governments. Yeah, they are, and that region is so bloody humongously big. It's massive. What a hard place to govern. And I'm not a politician, so I can't comment on how they would actually do that. But yeah, hard job. Is it working right now? I don't know. I think a lot of people in that region would say no, it's not. You know. But again, I might be wrong. Hey, Brandon McHugh, welcome to Gen Dit Members Club. Thank you for your membership, brother. If I look forward to speaking to you in the future as a member. If anyone else is thinking about becoming a member, I'll just let you in a little bit of an ad break here of what a membership actually does. It shows your support to me on a monthly basis. You get a few perks associated with that. You'll see when you click the link and what you get. It is merely to support the channel. This is me full time, guys. This is what I do for a living now. So yeah, thank you guys for all of your help. I appreciate that, brother. And welcome to the club, Brandon McHugh. Nice to meet you, mate. Edward Grant, thank you. You say, has NATO drawn the line for what it will and will not intervene in internationally? Do aggressors see clearly what they can get away with? Let me read that again. Has NATO drawn the line for what it will and will not intervene in internationally? Do aggressors see clearly what they can get away with? That's a really good way of putting it. So maybe we've seen the goalposts move. And maybe we've seen that the aggressors have gone, you know what? These parameters are here now. We've been doing a few things. All right. We've seen in 2014 with Russia, they did a few things, didn't they? What happened? Not too much. Not too much. Maybe that was the parameters then. You know what? We're going to prep for this. They're not going to do anything. So you might be right on that one. NATO has drawn the line. I think they might have. I think they could. But I don't think there's much more room. Does that make sense, Edward? Good question, man. Good question. Thank you for that. Next, it's a hoax. Hey, welcome to the Gendit Members Club. I appreciate you, and I look forward to chatting to you as a member very soon. Those icons as well. If we've got anyone else in the chat, I know we've got a few guys who's been members for months. That changes colour, actually. If you're into that kind of stuff. I did it on purpose because I like colours and stuff. And yeah, if you've been here for a long time, you get a colour that I like. So yeah, it might be a different colour. It might be red in 3 months or something. But it's my way of knowing, this guy's been here a while. But green is the first one, I believe. And it's green because green is grass. You're new. It has to be green, doesn't it? But yeah, thank you and welcome to the club, buddy. Look forward to speaking to you. And also to Cub Caribou, welcome to the members club, brother or sister. I look forward to speaking to you too. Christian Barragan, thank you for the donation. Your question, your statement is: the Russians killed all 13 or soldiers on Snake Island. Okay, right. So, right, troops, let's get back to the map and see what else is going on, because there's a lot going on. Let's, I just want to refresh this actually. 22 minutes ago, Russian troops targeted gas pipeline in the district of Kharkiv. Let me have a look at this. Where is that? Whoa, okay. Have we seen this?
Горит газопровод. Освещает пол Даниловки, реально.
Man. Right, so Russian troops target a gas line pipeline. So yeah, the Russians are really, really hitting the infrastructure hard here. If we can see on this map here, look at how close we are. This is me, guys, right? This is me. This area here. This is me. And then look. Man, it's like as the crow flies. Not very far. Let's see how far. So in around here, it's like about 1,500 miles, guys. How do I turn this off? Clear map. 1,500 miles away from a war zone. Can you believe that? I mean, that's insane, troops. Just north of that, what have we got? All right, so it actually brings us the source. One civilian killed as a result of Russian army shelling bus. What are they doing shelling buses for? Right, these are the things what I'm interested in. This is the combat update from armed forces of Ukraine. Violent clashes in Kharkiv, Sumy, that place region of Russia, attacked from Belgorod region towards Stop. Clashes in the region. So we've got fighting here. We have got fighting going on, like hand-to-hand combat probably as well. Right, what's these ones here? Ukrainian railways, all rail links to Russia destroyed. What? The state rail service announced that all railway tracks from Russia to Ukraine have been blown up by Ukraine's armed forces. So they really, really mean business then. Wow. Sorry, guys, I'm missing a few of your questions. What else have we got here? Trey McCollister, thank you. You saying everyone be on the lookout if Putin doesn't get what he wants. He's old and has the nuclear button next to him. We should all be vigilant. Now, do you think he's going to press the nuclear button, though, Trey? Do you think that's going to be something that he's going to want? I mean, he's got to have family and friends too, right? He's got to want to go on them holiday beaches too. I know you get old and stuff and you think, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. But really, do we really think that that's something that, actually, I'm happy to destroy all of that for what? Do you know what I mean? I don't think he would be too interested in that, to be fair, troops. I don't think he'd be too interested in that. And I can't see. I don't know. I can't see him pressing the button, if I'm honest with you. I just can't. I think it's too much for him to lose as well. All right. But I don't know. I'll let you guys figure that one out. Right, I've missed one of your chats. Oh, here we go. Actually, I have gotten that question. Thank you for your questions, guys. Right, so what else we got going on here? The North. Ural trucks of Russian armed forces. Oh, we got that one. Russian military vehicle targeted with Motolov. Ah, right, that's where the Motolov came from. Right, we don't need to listen to that music. So, yeah, Russian vehicles, Motolovs. You're going to see a lot more of these. This is probably from the civilians as well. That's taking place there. What's happening here? Sirens sounding in Krakow, Sumy. Yeah. So, the people of this region are going to be absolutely petrified here. Let's have a look at this strategically, right? Yeah, these are big areas, guys. These are the areas where just normal people, man. It's not fair. All of the normal people who are going to be suffering in and around these regions. Just try and bring yourself back to your life. And how you live, and the happiness that you have, that we all take for granted and think that these people are in terror in what was quite normal a few months ago, a few days ago. It's mental. It is mental for me to think. Right, what's these red areas here? Imagery via planet shows the collapsed bridge. Yeah, we've seen that. So let's go a bit further south. Right, we've got a bomb going off in this region here. 3 killed civilians. Civilians killed in that area as a result of Russian army shelling. And them's the video, them's the pictures there. That's terrible. Guys, that's terrible. Trey McCollister, even though he's 70 and being embarrassed in the Ukraine, I think he might at the end of the day. Yeah, it's a scary is the wrong word to use. It's not strong enough. It's petrifying to think that he has the ultimate power to press that red button. Thank you, Trey. Blast Cap Badger, thank you, brother. And you say, just so this can be put to rest, it is confirmed Russian military has been deliberately targeting urban centres, civilians in important civilian centres, schools, hospitals, apartments, housing areas. Yeah, I've seen that on the news. You see these rockets and stuff going into apartment blocks. Why? Why does it need to go that far? Tell you why. Because when you scare the living daylights out of the local populace, out of the people, then you can control the region. You can control the people. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to dehumanize, demoralize, scare to death the people in these local areas so they can just bow down, let them roll over. And it's horrible. It is horrible that is the way it is, guys. It's not fair. It's ugly. And war is messy. Thank you for that, Blast Cat Badger. Thank you. Johnny's Videos says, thank you for the donation, brother. I worry that this invasion will embolden China to take territories by force as well. China was awfully quiet. And then the meeting with India and it's very interesting on this. I think we're going to cover this tomorrow, Johnny. In terms of, will China try and capitalize on this situation? If they do, it's a horrible move as far as I'm concerned. They're kicking someone when they're down and they're utilizing that for their own benefit. Do I think they've got the capabilities to go into Taiwan as a result of this, off the back of it? I do think they'll be empowered to do so. They'll think, you know what, I can be onto something here. Do you know what I mean? I think they'll be empowered to do so. But again, if they invade Taiwan or prepare to do so, I think that would be catastrophic for the whole world. I think that would be a different route into World War III. It would be a different route in. I think one of the routes into World War III, as we've discussed, is whether or not it's not a matter of whether this war intensifies, it's whether or not this war spills out from the Ukraine now into other NATO countries or countries that have very, very close bonds to NATO. I think if it spills out of Ukraine into other regions, then we'll see the start of World War III. If NATO gets involved as a result of that, we'll see the start of World War III. That's what I think could happen. Might be wrong. Again, these are just my opinions, guys. That's one way. Another way would be the Taiwan way, the China way. Very, very different route into World War III. But then things escalate out of control then. Then there's a whole big mess. These things might not even be possible. You know, we might not even be able to do videos as a result of that type of fallout. That's how big that type of stuff can be. But thanks for that, Johnny. Digital Acoustics, thanks for the $5. You didn't put a question on there, man. Make sure you get your question on there, buddy. Yeah, we like answering the questions from you guys. But thank you for that anyway, Digital. Appreciate that. And Christian Barragan, hey, welcome to the Gender Members Club. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And I look forward to speaking to you as an official member of the channel. I'm proud to have you guys on here. So thank you, guys. If you want to become a member, hit the link up in the description, guys. It's good to have you on board. Brother. All right, where's that one? Yeah, Christian, I've answered that. And Daniel Whitehurst, welcome to Gender Members Club. Thank you again, and all for the same reasons, brother. I look forward to speaking to you in the future on the channel as a member. Welcome, brother. Kindry13 says a Russian warship told the troops on Snake Island to surrender, but the Ukrainians responded, Russian warship. Did they really say that? Knowing how the people of Russia are, of Ukraine are in terms of their pride, I wouldn't be surprised if they went, you know what, screw you. And they lost their lives, unfortunately, as a result of that. These are real people, guys. These are real people, man. My heart goes out to them. Hey, there's someone that I haven't seen for a long time. And I'm really happy to break character for a second and say how happy I am to see my friend Vinden5. He's been a member for 8 months. Appreciate you, brother. He says, "You're one of my favorite YouTubers." I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. And you've been a member for 8 months. That's a long time. That's a long time, man. There's people have relationships, marriages less than that. So thank you for being a member and supporting the channel, dude. You're a cool guy, man. Good to have you here. Nice to see you again. Hey, we got Smash Whiskey. Welcome to the Gendit Members Club. I appreciate you, brother. I definitely look forward to seeing you again in the comments very, very soon. And Brandon McHugh says he can confirm that was actually the last transmission. Wow, guys, so many members, so many likes. We got 1,700 likes on this. It's confirmed to me that this is where I need to go with the channel. I need to up the production of what I'm doing here a little bit more and just present to you an alternate. I don't want to go down the news of news. I don't want to go down that route, but it's just, it's kind of like that. Alternate information. And I get the information from you guys, actually, which is really interesting. So I'm going to do a lot more of this, I think. Jonathan Partida, that's a cool name. Thank you. And you say, I think if Putin takes Ukraine, he won't stop, and America's going to have to get involved as they move on NATO allied countries. So I hope they stop him. Yeah, I do hope it gets stopped now. I hope they put that wine bottle top on before it gets out of hand, because if America gets involved, they're going to get involved heavy, and the UK is going to get involved. And guess what, guys? I think if that happens, there's a real chance that people like myself, ex-military men, I've only been out the Royal Marines since the back end of 2017. I did a bit of reserve service as well up until about 2019, 20-ish. So I've still got it, you know, and people like me would be called up. So these videos would probably stop if that happened. So I do hope it doesn't escalate, because I don't want to leave my home and my family, and I might be reporting on the front line with my phone, which is we can joke about it now, but yeah, in truth be said, that's not a great scenario for anyone, is it really? Yeah, that's going to be tricky. Hey, troops, before I go on to the next phase of this and start talking to you about a few other things and reading some of your fantastic questions, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for being here, every single one of you guys. I appreciate you. I really, really enjoy you being here. For me, it's fun, and I get to engage with you guys. And if you can do anything for me now, above all else, please smash the like button. It takes 2 seconds to scroll down and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, double check, and hit the notifications so they're turned on all videos. When you watch my videos, it makes my day. I'm checking the stats all the time, and it really does help me out. It's what I live for at the moment, is this channel. So yeah, if you could do that, I'd super appreciate that, guys. And thank you again for being on the channel. I appreciate it more than you could ever understand. So we got the next one. Hey, Benjamin Rush. Welcome to the Gendit Members Club, brother. I appreciate you for joining the channel so much, and I look forward certainly to speaking to you and remembering you as a member very, very soon, guys. Daniel Whitehurst. Second, I'd like to ask what your thoughts on how people on Russia justify, because they've been warning us about getting closer to the border. The thing is, we can listen to people all we want. We have to see real things occurring to make any judgment on it, Daniel, I'm afraid. Right, I've just missed a big question there, actually. Where's that came from? There we go. Army Phaser. That's a cool name. Hey, thank you for the donation. And you say multiple reports of tanks and BM-21s running out of fuel. Maybe they thought it would be over by now. Snake Island equals 13 soldiers telling Russian navies to something off when told to surrender. So it's true then. So it's true. Them guys are legends, eh? Legends. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate that. Right, troops, let's get back to this. Map. I'm going to refresh it, actually, because the live updates on this thing. Live map. 38 minutes ago. Right, so we haven't got... Right, what are these little red things here, then? air base military deployment area. Military deployment. So they are military deployment areas. The thing is, I want to know is, are they military deployment areas for the Ukraine, or are they for the Ukraine, or are they for Russia? That's Russia, I think, isn't it? Right, what we got going on in the south here? TOS 1. What's this? Oh shit. That's a ground to air missile system. In the streets. That's not good. What we got on the... Yeah, I guess we're talking about conducting amphibious assault. Russian military deployed at former airport. Wow, so that's happening there. Russian tanks on the way to Mariupol from Berdansk.
Короче, их очень много, ребята. Просто колонна идет. Руки трусятся, я не знаю, что делать вообще.
Russian
Короче,
tanks.
их очень много, ребята. Просто колонна идет. Руки
So
трусятся, я не знаю, что делать.
That's a dude in a car following them. Mate, come on. Heavy destruction in Bugas-Donsk region after Russian attack.
Мишин дом. Бывшего нашего
Wow.
директора. И здесь, глянь, и туда, глянь. Ты манушка, блядь. Хорошо, что дома никого не было. Провода лежат. Нахуй никому не нужны. Да прикинь.
Вот сюда тоже попало.
Ага.
This is not good.
Смотри.
Коля, она залита.
It's not good, guys. You can say what you want. This is not good. Yeah, it's not good. I'm just going to read some of your comments again, guys. Give me a second while I scroll back down to the comments. Darnell McCoy, thank you, buddy. You say, as retired US Army MP, I believe that NATO, OTAN, will have to get involved at some point, as well as other countries as well. Well, thank you for your service first and foremost, Darnell, my friend, brother in arms, US Army MP. Not only are you a veteran, a warrior, a brother, but you shared a very similar specialization to me as well. I don't know if you realized, but Royal Marines are not just... we have two jobs that we can bring to the table. So I specialized as a service police investigator, one of my specializations. So yeah, we share the same interests, so to speak. Thanks for coming here, buddy. I appreciate your service, my friend. James, thank you. He says there is audio of the Snake Island incident. It will be historic, and those men are heroes. There's probably going to be a film made on. There'll be a film made on this, guys. All right, be rest assured there'll be a film on that. That'll probably be brought up. Watch this space. Unfortunately, terrible things have to happen sometimes for these films to be so heroic. Look at all the World War I and II films that take place. It's terrible, really, isn't it? It's terrible beyond our wildest dreams. Thank you for that. Trey McCollister, thank you. He says, I'm 40. I'll stay here with my assault rifles, dogs, and pistols and guard my homeland. Not that it'll matter, but I'm past my prime. Unless you need a 40-year-old guarding my neighbour. Hey Trey, thing is with your prime, it's yeah, we as men we do get a prime. However, it's important to understand that there's no strength like a man protecting his family and his home. I've seen there's some old timers who turn young all of a sudden when they're protecting the right thing. If you understand where I'm coming from, but yeah, Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate your comments on here. Commander Ross, hey, we got Commander Ross back in BSG 37. He says, tanks running out of gas goes right back to my statement earlier about local forces scuttling fuel oil depots. Yeah, it certainly does. It certainly does, mate. And yeah, you're right. You're right. Blast Cat Badger with the 20. Thank you again, brother. You says, I'm retired greenhead myself, and my IRR individual ready reserve has been put on notice. Just when I was starting to be okay with doing what I want, this happens. Thus I've been trained again to be ready for it. Stay safe out there, buddy. I think the Marines will have an old address for me, so I wouldn't be surprised if those letters are going there. Yeah, you never know. Blast Cat Badger. I might actually be seeing you. Elsewhere in life, but hopefully not. Hopefully we can have a beer instead, brother, at some point. But thank you for that, my friend. I think we're caught up on that, guys. So you know something, guys. Yeah, 2 seconds. Let's change back to a pre-live. There's one thing that's hit me amidst all of this information that you guys have been given, that we've been sharing here tonight, is the fact that there's so many people here shows just how much of a interest is the wrong word, because you can't have an interest in something that's terrible that's currently taking place, but a shared concern that we all have. We all have a shared concern for something that's going on. We want to be informed of what's going on. And if you guys can be informed in a different way here, then thanks. I do enjoy sharing my time with you guys, and hopefully, to the best of what my limited knowledge can do, give you some form of update on what's going on over there with information that's already out there via news sources. Okay, so if you are getting something from it in that respect, then that's good. Okay, but above all else tonight, if you can do anything, I'm not particularly a religious person or anything, but you can certainly have your thoughts in the right place. And my thoughts tonight when I go to bed will be with the Ukrainian people through their suffering. And for those that have lost loved ones, I'll continue to just have my head in the right place for them people. I think it's important that we do that collectively. It gives a good energy, doesn't it, really? But yeah, Ryan, thank you for the donation. You said the fact Putin actually went through with this makes me wonder if he cares what the rest of the world thinks about him, which makes him even more dangerous. What do you think? That's a good question. Actually, I've never thought about it like that. The fact that he's went through something that most of us would see as absolutely crazy shows a lot about him as a person, and not really caring as much. So yeah, I think it says a lot about him as a person. Actually, good question, buddy, and I appreciate you asking that. Now we've got AY. Welcome to Gen Dit Members Club. Troops, we've had a lot of members tonight. It makes me proud that you guys want to become part of the club that I've set up. It makes me proud of that. It makes me happy knowing that when we go live, we're going to have members who really want to have some form of communication with us, and just want to be part of the team, so to speak. You know, being a Marine, I'm used to being part of teams. Although I'm behind a desk at the moment talking to you guys via a mic, the aim is to build a team in a community, albeit digital. I want you guys to be part of that. So anyone that's been part of this, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks, guys. If we can do one thing before we leave and conclude there, unless anyone's got any more questions. If you have got any more questions, in the usual fashion as we've been answering them all night, now is your time to get the last ones in. But if not, we'll wrap it up. We've got a few more coming in, actually. Trey McCollister, Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis, Semper Fi, brother. Or as a Royal Marine would say, per mar, per terram, by sea, by land. But we're from the same cloth anyway, Trey McCollister. So I thank you, buddy. And Wade Phillips, welcome to Gen Dit Members Club. Again, also with the questions and stuff like that. If you want to become a member, then please press the link in the description or press the join button. Really does help us out more than you'd ever believe. Yeah, we'll go into that at a different time. But we'll go into that at a different time. But thank you, guys. Joseph Soria, thank you for the donation, buddy. Hashtag #1 fan. Hey, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that, buddy. So thank you very much, my friend. But yeah, thanks, troops. If you've served in the military and you're on this channel, thank you for your service. If you're thinking about serving your military for the right reasons, then good on you. If you haven't served your military and or you couldn't or whatever, then that's okay too. All right. We're happy to have everyone on this channel here. So for me, it doesn't matter either way. I'm just happy that you're here. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you guys for stopping by. We will do this tomorrow. If you want me to do it earlier, later, if you're happy with the current timings, if you like this type of video, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, then please, please, please drop a comment in the actual video after it's re-uploaded to let me know, because by letting me know, you are literally telling me what type of content you want to see. So, yeah, that's how it's going to go from now on. We'll see you tomorrow for another one of these. Maybe it's a reaction earlier on in the day as well or something. And wherever you are in the world, especially this region, if you've got people watching from over there, stay safe. I love you all. Thank you again to all the members. Thank you to everyone who's liked the video. It's your last opportunity to smash that like button. In fact, we've got 1,879 likes. Let's see if we can get to over 1,900 likes before we end the stream. And love you and leave you. I'm a bit ADHD, so that number's upsetting me a bit. We need to get that to 1,900, man. Philip Robson, hey, welcome to the Gen Dit Members Club. Getting in there last minute, brother. It's really good to have you guys as a member, and I look forward to seeing your name in the chat very, very soon, buddy. Wade Phillips says, I love your content, Ryan. I'm finally in a position to support your channel. Just want to say, keep the good work. Well, I'm glad that you're in a good position in life, mate. That's only a positive thing, and the support definitely is appreciated. Okay, and I appreciate that, guys. But Shane Murphy, if you want to become a member, you just have to press the link that's in the chat. Actually, whilst we're on, before we go, I asked a question 2 hours ago. More live updates, and 91% of you guys said yes. Right? Sometimes you go in directions that you don't normally think you're going to go. 90% yes, more live updates. I have to do this. I have to do this then. At the end of the day, this is one of the funnest live streams I've ever done. So, yeah, that was really cool. Troops, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time, okay? Stay peaceful wherever you are in the world. And I honestly mean that. And if you can do anything tonight, make sure your thoughts are with the Ukraine. Drop a comment after this, and I'll try my best to get back to you. Have a wonderful evening, day, or afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.